Welcome back to Sailing Trilleen. I got here late last night when it was pitch black, so there wasn't much point in filming. In fact, because of the latitude we're at, it's still pretty much pitch black, even at this decent hour in the morning. Very pleased to say that Trilleen has a mast. This much I was able to confirm last night, although much else I haven't really been able to confirm because it was pitch black. Yes. The other thing I was able to notice was that it looked like the sea monster itself, maybe the Loch Ness monster, had sicked up all over my boat. There are ropes everywhere, it's just hideous. So there's going to be quite a lot of tidying up this morning. To be fair, that's fairly normal when the yard moves the boat. You know, you end up with mooring walks, not the way you would have done it. So, yeah, that's going to be my task this morning, and work out what of the running rigging I need to do and what they've done, and then start debugging what I'm pretty sure will be some bugs, because there are always bugs when you put a new rig up. And the other thing I've got to do is start getting the boat loaded up, because the plan now is to get this boat out of this marina and sailing. So we're going to go west through the Caledonian Canal, and then we're going to try and sail through the Inner Hebrides and down to the Clyde for the winter. Yes, I am completely and utterly bonkers. I am going sailing in Scotland in the winter. It's cold. It will be very cold, and it will get worse. But I want to go sailing because I haven't had any sailing all summer, and I deserve it. No, that's not really the way to put it. I actually need to get the boat back sailing because if I don't, I'm going to take a unholy amount of time early next year working her up, and it might make me late in my progress north round Shetland and then back down to Cowes.
Having got back to Trilleen and looked at her shiny new Selden mast, ably fitted by Allspars from the south coast, I popped up the rig to have a look at what had been done. Solo mast climbing is a bit of a specialist sport. Normally it relies on a lot of leg strength and careful dewmaring up a climbing rope connected to a halyard. I don't have that leg strength thanks to my spinal injury, but a caving instructor who works for the Anyone Can company set me up with a solution that works. It will look rubbish to climbers, please don't shout at me, but it's safe and gets me up what in climb terms is a very short pitch. The way this works is that I bend a climbing rope onto the main halyard with a double figure of 8, which I back up with a bowline. It's important to use climb rope for this because it spares the halyard outers from damage by the aggressive rope clamps, and it has the right dynamic properties for climbing on. Then there's a petzl ascender with a block attached. This block provides a 2-to-1 advantage mechanically and allows me to do a lot of the climbing work with my hands, and then that block feeds the petzl ID ascent-descent control system. It's incredibly important to be absolutely sure that everything is connected properly, and I usually spend at least as long setting up as I do climbing. I'm not sure I'd ever want to do this at sea, but it does provide a huge amount of independence as a solo sailor. Since I last climbed the mast, some things have changed about the way I manage my continence, and that caused a little bit of a hitch, which we had to sort out. I haven't been all the way up because I've just discovered that I've clipped my catheter around one of the carabiners that's taking load, so I think I probably need to go down and fix that. Thank you to Cali Marine and Allspars, who together with Selden Mast have got me back up and running. It's taken a long while, a very long while, but I'm looking forward to trying it all out and getting things bedded in. So now, in order to finish this bit of the job off, I need to mouse this line up through the lazy jack block and go from there. So that's always a fun job, because lazy jacks, at least in my experience, are utterly notorious for getting tangled. I'm sure there are people who do this for a job who are going to laugh at me at this point, but the number of times that I've had to redo Lazy Jacks is very large, and the sun is going down here, so ideally we can get this sorted out fast enough that there won't be a problem. Okay, that looks about right. That's good. Sun's going down here in Inverness, so I'm really hoping we can at least get it stowed before it gets dark, because when it gets dark here it will get cold very, very quickly. The thing I normally forget to do is to actually run the header of the Lazy Jacks, which then results in a bit of a disaster when you come to lift them up. So I remember to do that on the other side, and then I make idiotic errors like forgetting to take the splicing tape off last time. So now I'm going to have to pick it off and try not to drop plastic in the water. So yeah, all in all, it's going normally as well as my normal sailing goes, which is very much like this most of the time. So when the sun goes down here, I'm going to pop out and do some provisioning and see what I can get on board, so that I'm not faffing around with that right at the last moment. I find it easier to do it in little chunks rather than huge shopping loads. So the Lazy Jacks have messengers run, which is great. Thank you to Pete, one of the contractors here at the yard. I just need to run them the right way around, because being an economical guy, they also have knots in them. So I need to get the unknotted bit in order to actually make the run work. And then I need to make sure that the Lazy Jack is not twisted, because if it is, it won't run. Yeah, that's going to work. Excellent. So I just need to mouse these two lines together, and then we will be hunky-dory. So the ambition here is to make a loose stitched loop between the two lines, so that it will lead the Lazy Jack header through the block without any problems. I got the last one through without any tape, so we'll try that again, see where we end up. And that's the header back. So now it looks like we can get a mainsail stow on.